Hey, what's up? Alright. So yesterday, I kind of, uh, inspired some discussion about, Metallica's best album after I said I think many people would agree with me that Injustice for All is not their best album, and apparently a lot of people thought differently. I mean, yeah. I had no idea. I guess I don't know. Maybe. Well, that's kind of conceited of me to think that. Oh well, I don't think it's their best album, but it's not that. It's like I honestly thought that people would hear the same thing as me. I guess I don't know. But so I'm going to just make this video about why, in my opinion, um, Master of Puppets is their best album, and why I don't think that the other ones are. But again, in my opinion, and you can tell me and everyone else what you think their best album is and why you don't think the other ones are their best album. That'd be cool too. So I'll just get started by saying that I think that Master of Puppets is flawless. It's 8 songs, and I think that every single song, has a place and a point, and I don't think Master Puppets would be the same without any of these songs. Just, starting with the first and going through it, Battery. You know, it's got that cool intro, which is not only the intro to the song, but the intro to the album, and then it gets all, like super like awesome after that, like like the two guitars, playing that part. Um, and I don't really know what the Battery is, but it's just like this badass kind of like, thrashy song, like, feeding off the weak or breeding on insanity. Uh, Pounding out aggression turns into obsession, cannot kill the battery. Just this fun, thrashy song, and the riff too, the diggity 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 diggity. It's like you can't, stop yourself from headbanging. It's like the beginning of Raining Blood, the you know, it's not quite as good as that, but yeah, and it's just this just kicking off the album. Next song, Master of Puppets, about what drugs do to you. You know, genius the way it was written, I think. And it's like one of Metallica's many kind of long epic songs, but just in my opinion crafted just perfectly. Like, every riff kind of had a place. I mean, they maybe could have cut out the one near the end that goes like. I mean, that was just kind of stuck in there, but it wouldn't make a whole lot of difference if that was in there or not. But I mean, like, every other thing is just like, it's got the first 2 verses, and then it goes into that passage, and that I get all weird when that part comes on. And I just think that song just flows amazingly. Um, Next song, The Thing That Should Not Be, also kind of, you don't know exactly what it's talking about. It's just kind of eerie in a way, heavy, kind of doomy almost. Dun 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 dun. About the thing that should not be, thought provoking in a way. Just yeah. And then Sanitarium after that, which is like about like like insane asylum thing, and like how, which is why it's called Welcome Home Sanitarium. Like, this is your home and you can't leave. Keep him tied and makes him well. He's getting better, can't you tell? Also, just like Master of Puppets, I think every riff had a place in that song, and it was just crafted really really well. Disposable Heroes, another long kind of epic song about war, and like also I think the lyrics to that song are awesome too. Soldier boy made of clay, now an empty shell, 21, only son, but he served us well. It's just like it hits the military pretty hard, it hits the fact that, these people's kids just go off and just die, you will die when I say you must die, back to the front, you know, yeah, crazy, You need to have a lot of stamina to play that song because it's just like that one like like over. It's awesome. Leper Messiah, which is quite obvious what that song's about. Also, lyrics are they're pretty good. Send me money, send me green, heaven you will meet, make a contribution and you'll get a better seat. And it's got that cool kind of a little different from the rest of the riffs on the album. That it's just kind of it's different in a good way though. It's just like I don't know. It's a little break from the super fast stuff on the rest of the album. Um, and yeah, just a cool message and just a fun heavy song. Orion, which in my opinion is one of the best. I want to say best instrumentals or best metal instrumentals for sure, in my opinion, ever written. Because it just flows perfectly. It's like this voyage, that it takes you on because there's like three separate parts. It's got that kind of the heavy beginning, and then the one like kind of trippy part in the middle, down, 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 and then down, and then the solo, and then it goes back to the heavy part at the beginning, and it's called Orion, like the constellation, and when I think of it, I just think of like outer space and like stars and like the endless sky, it's just, yeah, it literally, when I listen to it, it feels like my mind is like going places. Um, and Damage Inc., which is just kind of like, it's a lot like Metal Militia and Whiplash and stuff on Kill 'Em All, just more, um, they progressed with it musically a little bit more, just as badass, just kind of like, you know, uh, go against the grain until the end, Uh, it's a lot like, the songs on Kill 'Em All, just like, we're a badass thrash band. We're gonna kick your ass. We're Metallica. Fuck it all and fucking no regrets. And then that, ends the album, just bam, I don't think that there's anything wrong with it. And the album cover is awesome too. I think it incorporates, obviously the Master of Puppets because, you have the hands in the corner and the strings. And I think this is like Disposable Heroes, because there's like the army helmet on the side of the cross right there. Um, just kind of cool colors, you know. Yeah, I just don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think all the songs are amazing. Hang on. All right. Just a quick little. I don't. Justice for All is probably my least favorite of the four good Metallica albums. Because, well, like I said on the other video, you can't really hear the bass much. I don't think you can, which I think is a big part of Metallica. That's another thing on Master of Puppets is you can hear everyone's part loud and clear, and it really makes the music more just rounded. I thought the music on Justice for All was really jagged, especially the frayed ends of sanity in particular. Like when I listen to albums, most of the time I normally listen to them all the way through, but I honestly skip the frayed ends of sanity because that song, it just sounds like this weird just compilation of riffs with like no transitions or anything. And then To Live Is To Die, I normally like the really long kind of instrumental. Well, it's not an instrumental, but he just says that thing in the middle. It might as well be. But that song too, I think there's some good parts in it. I just think that, just kind of, just doesn't. It's not. It doesn't hold a candle to Orion. And it just, yeah, and a couple other songs on that album, they just kind of, they weren't, made with love, like my dad would say. He mostly says that about food, but, I really like Blackened. I really like Injustice for All. I really like Harvester of Sorrow. Dyer's Eve is pretty good. But the rest of that album for me is just kind of meh. Kill 'Em All, I really like. That's like just kind of crazy thrash all the way through, and honestly, that gets it tad boring. Maybe if it was 8 songs rather than 10, you know, like take out Phantom Lord and um, what other song? Or Motor Breath, you know. But the rest of the songs in that album are pretty awesome. Hang on. Oh shit.